Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation again. Wow. Thank you to the person that bought my bird journal set. I didn't realize it was going to go that quick, so I thought I'd better put another one on the video. This is already in my shop as well. Now this I was very hesitant to sell because it feels, really squishy. Everything is handmade and hand stitched in here and glued, of course. So are you ready? Tied with a lovely vintage trim and just with a bit of board. This was actually of a pack that I bought some vintage papers about a couple of years ago, and I kept this. I thought I might be able to use it, but when I made this, I finished this about 2 months ago, and it has been going since last year when we were away doing house sitting, because I took a whole box of doilies, scraps, fabrics, trims, laces, appliques with me to make clusters and A4 size pieces to be able to make a journal. And this is the outcome, and I'll open it up so that you can see the full extent of it. So this has all been stitched onto a linen fabric, hand sewn, and so you can feel the different laces and textures. And you have doily trims, appliques from wedding dresses, tablecloths, more doilies, majority of doilies of course, and some really cool vintage buttons that I then stitched on to the pamphlet stitch, the stitching from the signature, and left the threads to make it really shabby. On the front here I've just made some dangle from an old necklace, and just used some of the scrappy bits that I used throughout, frayed bits, and it has a little clasp so you can take it off and then you'll just have the bow there. So it's up to you. All right, are you excited? I am. I really love this journal. So let's venture in. So as you can see, this was actually a padded envelope. Okay, so I stitched the A4 fabric piece that had already all these doilies stitched on, and then I stitched it onto here and glued it as well, and covered it with fabric and lace trims, and this is the fabric here. All right, so inside, you might remember me making these are recycled envelopes. I'll just make sure this is in frame. There you go. And these are recycled envelopes, and I use them throughout this journal so that you have journaling spots and tuck spots, places to put more notes. So I've left a little bit so that you can see it was an envelope, glued and stitched. And again, collage papers. And I'll just quickly show you, very quickly, this is the book I used, and these are the pages, okay, and these are all the offcuts. So that's what I use when I make tags or anything I want to have a different background. All right, let's not get distracted. Beautiful applique, and it's just closed with a ribbon and an old button, and I've just popped a little bow on here. Made a tuck spot. This was actually a journaling card, and I decided to make it into a nice tuck spot. You've got a little shoe, a little handbag. I'll just see if I can get a close up so you can see. Little shoe. Pages are nice and sturdy and thick. Doily trims. Again, some of them been curtains and tops, and here I think this was sent to me. It was a card, and I've made it into a little booklet. And then you have another little booklet. little lace flower and buttons. Coffee dyed papers. This is actually drawing paper, so it's quite thick. Another envelope. I told you you're going to have plenty here. This is actually like a sampler card, and I punched some holes and then backed it with lace fabric. Again, my collage paper, and just stitched around it with some lace. And this one opens this way, so that's lots of journaling space. And here's a little sampler. You might want to trim them off and pop them on somewhere, but you do have writing space here and a little bit there. And I've just left that photo there. Might be a factory where these laces are being made. And just close that up. I did have these in my Etsy store quite a while ago, and a lot have sold. Some I kept for occasions like this. And this is just an extension, page extension, pretty little flower. And now what have I got in here? Oh no, that's right. And pianola paper, and then I've extended that so that you can journal on it. It's not lost space. These are one of my envelopes made from Woolworths shopping bags. So don't throw them away, ladies. You can use them. And a little pocket on the front here. And what's this? Oh yes, it's a little envelope that you open up and you could write in the middle of it. I won't open it, I'll let someone do that. So that just goes in here. This was original invoice, 1965. Here's a little tuck. And this is wrapping paper, and it's embossed and you can actually feel it. It's really, really pretty. And I've just used that on there. And here you've got a couple little booklets with some more little tags in it, a little pocket. And here you have an old photo, just a little journaling spot there, a journaling card. Little button cluster. So again, lots of writing space. That's what I like. One of my little pianola envelopes here, out of pianola paper, and a tea bag bow. And this has got a little envelope you can journal on. I think this is just a bit of writing paper. Just pop in there. Pop it in there. Bit of lace trim. Here you have two pockets. Again, this is it's got a really, you can feel the embossing, and just some little tags here and there. This has a pocket on the back, and then it has a pocket on the front because this is an window envelope. And I just did a bit of collage there. Lots of scrappy offcuts here from my stash. And really nice cool tag with the Tim Holtz ladies there. A tea bag cluster. Again, my collage pages here. This is a paper, no, this is a lace doily that I put around here, stitched and glued. This is actually cardstock. It was from a big pad of paper, and I thought, oh, I could use that. Belly band, love this. And another one of my envelopes. I don't think there's anything in this, so I'm leaving that for whoever purchased the journal and put their own goodies in. Here comes with a Constantine envelope with some goodies inside. Okay, tags. What was that? Oh, dressmaker's card. So you can put that wherever you like. And this is actually made from dictionary paper and decoupage with a napkin, and then covered it with a pretty little lace. Another pocket. And I made a little cluster here with music dictionary paper This is a napkin, and it just opens up and you can journal in it. It's an envelope, but I didn't close it up. This came off a doily. It's a beautiful picket edging. I don't think I've got any left of it. I used it quite a few times. Oh, here's some more of that beautiful wrapping paper. And you can actually write on this, okay? This came out of a accounting book. Little cluster here. More lace. Original invoice. I think this is a, oh yes, it's the center, and it's a pocket, has a pocket. This was a postcard, and it was no interest, so I just sanded it and made it look old. I used some photo corners, and then I ripped a piece off there. Doesn't she look cool? This came off a doily. Okay. Another guest check with another photo of the Little Women's book. Another belly band. This is from a magazine, and I cut that out. I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. Another little booklet. Index card. And another flip, and then you've got another card in here. What else have we got in here? Oh, your little ticket, regional ticket, train ticket, bus ticket, and just a little flip notebook here. Okay. As you can see, there's the collage pages again. And all I did was, I had a little cutout, and I put a little photo in, little ruched up little bit of fabric, little button. Looks pretty cool. And this is actually a decoupaged ticket. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice big tag. Off they go to the cinema. Again, the collage background. And then you've got just so many little bits and bobs in here. And just a bit of scrap paper. This came out of my stamp book. It's got all these old stamps in it, and I actually glued them onto a piece of paper, and then just, yeah, unless I can't remember whether they were off something, might have been off something, and I cut around it. But anyway, they're all original, nostalgic paper. Another nice big tag, collage paper, and then you've got a little flip where you can journal in there, little secret little spot, glued and stitched, little doily cluster just there. Now this is interesting, those who know me. This was a baby wipe. I'm just going to bring it up close so that you can see it. This was a baby wipe, and I was painting at the time, so I kept cleaning my fingers on it. And the next day it come out all these beautiful colours. I thought, oh, I want to keep this. So I glued it onto a window envelope, popped some buttons on, sewed them on, and then made a little journaling card to go with it. And I've just popped some photo corners on there just to make it a little bit more older, and that just tucks right there. It's just so you can see it. Right, last page, back page, lovely cluster here, and another flip envelope, and I think this is the one that's a free one. Yes, so this is, you can take out and journal on it. It's got that beautiful cluster on here. Again, this is the collage page, and all I did was put some lace on top just to soften it. And this come out of a magazine, so you've got, I think it had quite a bit of stuff written on it. Or has this got a, I think this is, Oh yes, you can put something behind there. It's a little tuck, and yes, but that just pops in there. Put that on top. Another button, really old button, this one, and there you go. I thought it would take longer than what I've taken now. So yeah, so lots of beautiful, it was a lot of work, but I think at the end it was worth it, because the texture of it and the squishiness of it is quite amazing. Buttons, I don't think there's any buttons that I can think that I use that were special, but they're all older style buttons. And then, and it does stand up, so if you want to sit on your dressing table you can. I've actually got a little set for a dressing table, and that'll go in a separate video because it's not a journal. It's altered mirror and brush and a bottle and a wall hanger, which is really pretty. So yes, so this is, but I won't do a video of it. I'll just put it in my Etsy store. So this is already in my Etsy store, so pop over and have a look if you're curious. Yes, let me know your thoughts on this one. Really loved it. And you're using up a lot of scraps, and of course, you know, we have tons of them, don't we? Righto guys, I think this might be my last video. I'm not sure, unless I'm tempted to make another one, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.